Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
So welcome back to our architecture review series practice quiz, and this is now part 11 of our building utilities quiz. So instructions before proceeding with the quiz, it is best to get a piece of paper muna, cut lengthwise, and then write down numbers 1 to 30 so that when you are ready, you can now start with the quiz, and for every question, write down the corresponding letter of your best choice or answer from the multiple choice. And you will be given 10 seconds to finalize your answer. At the end of the quiz, count the total number of your correct answers and check your score rating. So if you are now ready, good luck. So number 1, for a music hall with a lot of audience, what is the best flooring material? A. Carpet tiles, B. Vinyl tiles, C. Wood planks, and D. None of the above. And our correct answer is letter A. Carpet tiles. So in a music hall with a large audience, acoustics and sound absorption are critical factors. Flooring contributes significantly to how sound reflects or is absorbed in the space. So carpet tiles is recommended because A. It is an excellent sound absorbing material. Next, it reduces reverberation and footstep noise, and it is comfortable and non-slip for high traffic areas. Wood planks has reflective surface and is used more for stages, not audience setting areas. Number 2, there are several reasons why soil stacks are not allowed in the columns, which is not a reason. A. Pipes will interfere with reinforcing bar. B. The size of the column will be large. And C. Cracks and leaks cannot be detected. And D. The gas emitted will deteriorate concrete. And our correct answer is letter D. The gas emitted will deteriorate concrete. So while there are valid structural and maintenance reasons why soil stacks should not be placed inside columns, the idea that gases from soil stacks deteriorate concrete is not one of them. Valid reasons why soil stacks are not allowed in columns. 1. Pipes will interfere with reinforcing bar. Columns are heavily reinforced and adding a pipe can disrupt the required bar spacing. Second, the size of the column will be large. To accommodate a pipe while still meeting structural requirements, the column may need to be oversized. And lastly, cracks and leaks cannot be detected. Pipes inside columns are concealed, so any damage or leak is difficult to inspect or repair. Okay, so number 3, on this figure, how many stack vents are in the isometric plan? A. 2, B. 3, C. 4, and D. 1. And our correct answer is 2. So yun lang, dalawa. The rest are from the downspouts. So stack vent is the portion of the main soil or waste stack that extends vertically through the roof, acting as the primary vent for the drainage system. Number 4, a limp fabric can be a good sound absorber if A. Tracked to the edges and allowed to hang loose. B. Fastened on edges and must have a tight seal. C. Plaster partially on the wall. And D. Inserted inside the cornice. And our correct answer is letter A. Tracked to the edges and allowed to hang loose. So a limp fabric can be a good sound absorber when it is tracked to the edges and allowed to hang loose. When a fabric is allowed to hang loose, especially with some distance from the wall, creating an air gap, it significantly enhances its sound absorption properties, particularly for lower frequencies. The fabric can vibrate, and the air gap behind it acts as a resonant cavity, improving overall absorption. This is why you often see heavy, pleated curtains or drapes used in theaters and recording studios for acoustic treatment. So yung second choice na fastened on edges and must have a tight seal is not okay, because if a limp fabric is pulled taut and has a tight seal against a solid surface, it will act more as a sound reflector than an absorber. 5. In a plumbing system, where is the highest pressure? A. The fixtures closest to the supply riser has the most pressure. B. The fixture farthest from the supply riser has the most pressure. C. The fixture at the lowest from elevation has the most pressure. And the pressure is the same on all fixtures because it's just in a single line. And our correct answer is letter C. The fixture at the lowest from elevation has the most pressure. So in a plumbing system, water pressure increases as you go lower in elevation because of the weight of the water column above, that is hydrostatic pressure. This is why basement fixtures typically have higher pressure compared to fixtures on upper floors, assuming the supply source is above or the system is under the same pressure. So yung pinakamababa, yun ang high pressure, no? Ang pinakamataas na portion has the lowest pressure. Kaya yan, so baba ang pressure sa taas versus dun sa nasa baba. Number 6, what is used to intensify light? A. Reflector, B. Diffuser, C. Bulb casing, and D. Ballast. And our correct answer is letter A, reflector. So a reflector is used to direct and concentrate light toward a specific area, effectively intensifying its brightness. This is commonly seen in spotlights, flashlights, and some ceiling lights. Diffuser spreads light evenly, reducing intensity and glare. Bulb casing is mainly for protection, and ballast regulates current in fluorescent and HID lamps. Number 7. Light used for reading at night. A. Task, B. General, C. Accent, and D. Daylighting. And our correct answer is letter A, task. So task lighting provides focused illumination for activities like reading, writing, cooking, or sewing. A desk lamp or bedside reading lamp at night is a classic example. General lighting is overall illumination of a space, that is ceiling-mounted lights or chandeliers. Accent lighting highlights specific features or objects, that is track lights on artwork. And daylighting, use of natural sunlight through windows, skylights, or light tubes. So number 8, what type of lighting is needed for a reading desk? A. General lighting, B. Indirect lighting, C. Specific task lighting, and D. Cove lighting. And our correct answer is letter C, specific task lighting. So a reading desk requires specific task lighting to provide direct concentrated light on the work surface, reducing eye strain and improving visibility. Examples include adjustable desk lamps or focused LED lights. General lighting provides uniform illumination for an entire room so people can move around safely and comfortably. Examples will be ceiling-mounted lights, chandeliers, and recessed ceiling lights. Indirect lighting, the light is directed towards ceilings or walls, then reflected into the room. This creates a soft, diffuse effect and reduces glare, often used in living rooms, hotel lobbies, or ambient lighting setups. Cove lighting is a type of indirect lighting installed in ledges, recesses, or valances near the ceiling. It gives a decorative glow, often used in theaters, restaurants, or upscale residences for ambience. Number 9. Lighting that calls attention to a particular object or feature in the visual field, or that forms a decorative pattern on a surface. A. Sodium lighting. B. Accent lighting. C. Flood lighting. And D. Cove lights. And our correct answer is letter B, accent lighting. So accent lighting is designed to highlight a specific object, architectural detail, or area, such as artwork, sculptures, or textured walls. It can also create decorative light patterns on surfaces. Sodium lighting is usually for street lighting and gives a yellow-orange glow. Flood lighting is broad beam, high-intensity light used to illuminate large areas like sports fields or building facades. And cove lights is a form of indirect lighting placed in recesses or ledges to provide a soft glow and mainly for ambience. Number 10. Why are telephone wires and electrical wires not placed together? A. It can accumulate heat easily. B. Telephone wire will burn. C. It might cause data interference. And D. It will be hard to tell the difference. And our correct answer is letter C. It might cause data interference. So, electrical wires carry current that produces electromagnetic fields, EMF, which can induce noise or interference in nearby telephone lines. This can result in static data loss. This can result in static data loss or poor voice quality in telephone communications. So, ayan. Mas mataas yung sa electrical wires, nasa baba ang mga telephone, cable, TV, and fiber wires. Number 11. If you are to locate a large office space using numerous cables, aside from the size of the new location, what should you know? A. Floor-to-ceiling height. B. Availability. C. Productivity. And D. Location of TNB. And our correct answer is letter A, floor to ceiling height. So for a large office space with numerous cables for network, electrical, and communication lines, the floor to ceiling height is important because it affects cable tray and conduit installation above ceiling level, space for HVAC ducts, lighting, and other utilities, and accessibility for maintenance. 12. What is the best location for a pump? A. Service pipe. B. Cistern. C. Storage tank. And D. In the roof deck. And our correct answer is letter B. Cistern. So the best location for a pump is near the cistern or water source and as low as possible. Pumps work best when they push water rather than pull it, so placing them close to the cistern minimizes suction lift and improves efficiency. 13. What is not a rule of thumb in designing drainage? A. As much as possible, pipes must run in a straight line. B. Underground drainage line should be on top compacted soil. C. It should be underneath the driveway. And D. Appropriate pipe material should be used accordingly. And our correct answer is letter C. It should be underneath the driveway. While drainage pipes can pass under a driveway if necessary, it's not a standard rule of thumb because it may expose the pipes to heavy loads and possible damage, and it requires extra protection, that is encasement or sleeves if unavoidable. So number 14, in a location where there is no provision for sewer line, what is the next best thing? A. Storage waste in tank and dispose sanitary field. B. Use drain tiles connected to an open field after septic treatment. C. Connect to the nearest creek. And D. Any of the above. And our correct answer is letter B. Use drain tiles connected to an open field after septic treatment. So treated effluent from a specific tank flows into a distribution box, which evenly sends it through drain tiles, perforated pipes buried in gravel trenches. So ito yan, from septic tank papunta sa tinatawag na drain field. So number 15, which of the following has the same function but different purpose? A. Floor drain and grease trap. B. Septic tank and catch basin. C. Grease trap and septic tank. D. Catch basin and grease trap. And our correct answer is letter C, grease trap and septic tank. So grease trap and septic tank have the same function. Both act as interceptors. They slow down wastewater flow to let certain substances separate out before the water goes to the next stage. But they have different purpose. A grease trap traps oil and grease from kitchen wastewater to prevent clogging of pipes. And a septic tank settles solids from sanitary sewage and begins biological treatment. 16. Which plumbing fixture does not have water-saving feature? A. 1.5 gallon flash water closet. B. Lavatory with pop-up. C. Flow limiting valve. And D. Waterless urinal. And our correct answer is letter B, lavatory with pop-up. So a lavatory with pop-up refers to a sink with a pop-up drain mechanism. The pop-up only opens or closes the drain. It does not limit water flow or reduce water consumption. 17. For a 3-story building that is intended for a senior citizen center with a limited budget and space, what is the appropriate type of elevator? A. Hydraulic elevator. B. Traction elevator. C. Stretcher accessible. And D. None, not required. And our correct answer is letter A, hydraulic elevator. So kahit na hindi pa required sa 3-story building, but that because it is for a senior citizen center, kailangan merong elevator. So hydraulic elevators are ideal for low-rise buildings, that is 2 to 5 floors. They have lower initial cost, require less overhead space, no large machine room at the top, and offer smooth, safe operation. And that is important for elderly passengers. On the other hand, traction elevators are more cost-effective for high-rise buildings, but they require more space and have higher installation cost. Ito pagkakaiba ng traction elevators versus hydraulic elevators. No? So pag mas mababa yung hydraulic, pag mas mataas na building yung traction elevator. Mas mabilis ang traction elevator kaysa sa hydraulic. Number 18. Where are storm sewers usually placed? A. Under the sidewalk on narrow road and under the road on wide road. B. At the center of the road. C. Near the curb. And D. Near the trees. And our correct answer is A. Under the sidewalk on narrow road and under the road on wide road. So while curb inlets, the openings where stormwater enters, are at the curb line, the main storm sewer pipe is often a bit inside, either under the sidewalk, that is narrow roads, or under the road for wide roads. So while the curb is part of the stormwater collection system, the large underground storm sewer line isn't usually placed directly under the curb itself. It's placed where there's enough space and stability for a large pipe. So, ayan. So, ito yung sidewalk. Ayan. Ito yung curb. So, ito yung ating storm water. Nasa wide road, nasa bandang gitna. No? Under the road. So, number 19, allowable slope of sanitary sewer. Letter A, 1 foot of 1 meter. B, 1/2 inch of 1 meter. C, 1/4 meter of 1 meter. And D, 1/4 inch of 1 foot. And our correct answer is letter D, 1/4 inch of 1 foot. So the common rule of thumb for the minimum slope of a sanitary sewer pipe, that is for proper gravity flow, is 1/4 inch per foot of pipe length. This ensures wastewater flows fast enough to prevent solids from settling, but not so fast that it causes scouring. Yan. Kapag mataas ang slope, may mga matitirang solids. No? So, ito ay smoother ang flow, madadala lahat ang solid. So, kapag lesser ang ang slope, hindi nagiging smooth ang flow din. No? 20. In an electric elevator, this cable provides electrical power to the car and travel with the hoist. A. Governor rope. B. Traveling cable. C. Conveying cable. And D. Traction cable. And our correct answer is letter B, traveling cable. So the traveling cable is a flexible electrical cable that runs between the elevator car and the control panel in the machine room. It moves with the car, supplying electrical power, control signals, and communication lines. So ito yung tinatawag na traveling cable. Ayan. Yan. Sumusunod sa sasakyan. 21. In choosing the location of an escalator, the main consideration would be A. Aesthetics, B. Congestion of area, C. Floor-to-floor height, and D. Power supply. And our correct answer is letter B, congestion of area. So when locating an escalator, the main consideration is pedestrian traffic flow, meaning avoiding congestion and ensuring smooth movement between floors. 22. What is the most economical layout for escalator? A. Crisscross, B. Straight, C. Loop, and D. L-shape. And our correct answer is letter A, crisscross. So crisscross escalator layout places up and down escalators alternately at each floor landing. Advantages is that minimal floor space required, a lower construction cost, shorter travel distance for passengers between levels, and simple structural requirements compared to other layouts. 23. A small freight elevator designed to carry objects rather than people is often connected between two floors and then located in restaurants or private homes. The lifts generally terminate in a kitchen. A. Dumbwaiter. B. Hydraulic elevator. C. Freight elevator. D. Traction type elevator. And our correct answer is letter A, dumbwaiter. So a dumbwaiter is a small freight elevator used to transport food, dishes, laundry, or other goods, not people. It is commonly found in restaurants, hotels, hospitals, and private homes. Often connects kitchen areas between floors and operates on the same basic principles as a passenger elevator, but on a much smaller scale. So, ayan, ang type ng dumbwaiter. May window type, tsaka may floor type. 24. Which of the following will be used in a small kitchen and toilet and bath if there is no window present? A. Dehumidifier. B. Mechanical exhaust. C. Soap. And D. AC. And our correct answer is letter B, mechanical exhaust. So a mechanical exhaust fan is needed to remove stale air, moisture, odors, and smoke, improving indoor air quality and preventing mold growth. Ayan. These are the types of exhaust fans: ventilation fan, metal exhaust, industrial exhaust fan. We have the kitchen exhaust, the ceiling exhaust fan, the flame-proof exhaust fan, the jet fan. Ito sa mga sa mga tunnels, na bathroom fan, and smoke extraction fan. So yung jet fan sa mga basement parking areas din ginagamit yan. 25. In plumbing, a valve is used to regulate the flow of water. What is its counterpart in electrical? A. Convenience outlet. B. Switch. C. Circuit breakers. And D. Fuse. And our correct answer is letter B, switch. So in plumbing, a valve regulates or stops the flow of water. In electrical systems, a switch serves the same purpose. It controls or turns on and off the flow of electric current to a circuit or device. 26. Why do retail stores often use downlights or pin lights focused on merchandise displays? B. Dramatic effect to highlight and draw attention to products. B. Emphasize the texture of the material. C. Gives the original tone of color and material. And D. It saves electricity. And our correct answer is letter A, dramatic effect to highlight and draw attention to products. So in retail design, downlights and pin lights are primarily used as accent lighting to, number 1, create visual drama and contrast. Number 2, focus the customer's attention on featured products or display areas. And lastly, to make the merchandise stand out from the rest of the store. So 27. Best location of telephone lines. A. Under the sidewalk on short roads and under the road on wider road. B. Near the curb. C. At the center of the road. And D. Inside the columns. And our correct answers, letter A, under the sidewalk on short roads and under the road on wider road. So telephone lines and other communication cables are usually placed underground in protective conduits. On narrow roads, they are placed under the sidewalk to avoid traffic disruption, so nandito sa may sidewalk area, and make maintenance easier. On wider roads, they may be placed under the roadway, but usually in designated utility corridors to prevent interference with other services. 28. Important thing to be considered in the design layout of an IT company. A. Modular furniture. B. Color of walls. C. Availability of water. D. Type of windows. And our correct answer is letter A, modular furniture. So in an IT company layout, the most important consideration is flexibility to adapt to changing team sizes, equipment needs, and cabling requirements. Modular furniture allows easy reconfiguration of workstations, integration of data, power, and cable management, and efficient use of office space. 29. What is the primary problem installing PABX in an existing room? A. Space for new installation. B. High cost of cable. C. Wiring installation. And D. None of the above. And our correct answer is C, wiring installation. So when installing a PABX, Private Automatic Branch Exchange, in an existing room, the biggest challenge is running the necessary wiring for multiple phone lines, extensions, and data connections without disrupting the existing structure and operations. Space for new installation is usually manageable since PABX units are compact. And lastly, for efficiency, what should be near each other? A. AHU FCU. B. AHU chiller. C. FCU chiller. D. Electric fan chiller. And our correct answer is letter B, AHU and chiller. So the air handling unit, AHU, requires chilled water from the chiller to cool the air before distributing it to the building. Placing them near each other reduces piping length, minimizes pumping energy, and improves system efficiency. So ayan. AHU and FCU both are air distribution units but serve different zones. Proximity doesn't significantly impact efficiency. So magkaiba ang AHU tsaka fan coil unit pang air distribution, parehas sila, pero ang water chiller at tsaka AHU supposedly mas malapit sa isa't isa. And that's it. Congratulations for completing the quiz. Now, count your total correct answers and determine your score category. If your rating is 15 or less, it is time for a more strategic review.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
Enroll at Atlas CDC Review for a comprehensive prep for the Architecture Board exams. Message us now.